It's showtime.
Watch the front!
Time to kick ass! Who wants some?
Bandit spotted! Get out of there! Look out!
Let's do this! Hi, I'm Kat.
I'm Jay. And I'm Aloysius Sanchez. And Brink is on the brink of being a shit show.
Because of this guy. Blame him.
Well, him too.
It was his fault.
So this game is a first-person shooter. It's 8 versus 8 players, 16 people at a time. There's co-op, multiplayer action happening here, and there's a focus on parkour-style movement. Parkour-style movement makes me think, ooh, cool, wow, this really blows.
But right off the bat, it blows. But once you upgrade, it is better.
Yes, parkour is a great thing to add to a video game because Mirror's Edge proves that, but I knew, because I'm a video game journalist for many years now.
Serious.
I knew.
You get glasses, you think you're serious.
I knew that I was the best at predicting things.
Like, everything's proven that Kat is better. The story, at least, is half-ass interesting, and it takes place in the future.
And the earth is flooded.
Not ice caps. It's always the ice caps.
It's always the ice caps.
Ice caps melt. It was Waterworld.
And there's this place called the Ark, which is like this supposed utopian city, but everything goes to hell. It is a floating city that is now floating on the now melted earth. Also, the woman at the beginning narrating sounds like the female version of the guy from the Big Planet. That was kind of cool. Again, I was hopeful.
Stop motion was kind of cool in the game.
And then you have these really customizable characters. You get to change everything. Skin tone, voice, eyes, everything. And then as you get experience points, you get more and more outfits to add to your character.
No matter what, you end up looking like Usher.
Which is kind of cool, but it really does not save the game at all. And you can be resistance or security, but either way, it kind of feels the same. You don't really feel like you're being a badass in one and that you're being like all righteous and stuff in the other.
I don't know where to begin with this game. I had high hopes that the parkour part of the experience would be really bringing to the forefront, but unfortunately it falls flat.
But I'm glad you brought that up because depending on what body type you pick, you can be quicker. Tiny, then you can do it faster. Medium, not so much. Heavy, then you're really slow, but you can carry heavier weapons.
Then you also have the objective wheel, and you press up on the D-pad. It tells you the objectives, where they are, how many other teammates are working on it, and the priority that they are.
You turn on the game, you got two sides, good or bad, and right away you realize that's all the game has to offer. All of the mission objectives are very repetitive. It's definitely hurting your pockets, and it's hurting the industry when games like this come out. It makes me very sick. I've been sick.
It actually feels aged. I've been sick. I'm sick, I need help. It feels very aged. It feels like this game could have came out 8 years ago.
It's called Team Fortress.
I mean, you have the medic, you have the engineer, you have the assault guy.
Operative soldier.
Which is the spy, where you can take the other guy's uniform with your f***ing iPhone.
You know, there's nothing. It's nothing.
The voice acting isn't good, the graphics are brutal, the characters look like crap. They all have these huge, ridiculous noses.
I think the weakest point about Brink, and there are many things, but the weakest point is the team and enemy AI. If you don't play with your friends with this game, it's a disaster.
It's retarded. Every time you're down, it takes forever. They might come save you, they might not. You're out of ammo, the guy who's supposed to come and give you ammo is not around.
The AI doesn't care about the objectives. It's like you're the only one that actually cares about progressing.
Yeah, that's trying to move forward. It sucks playing with the AI.
It's like working with these two.
I mean, these are things we have to deal with nowadays. They take things from other games and assume that they're going to jive together. If you want to play a parkour game, go get Mirror's Edge for $19.
Seriously.
If you want to play an online multiplayer game with teams and whatnot, Team Fortress, or go play Left 4 Dead. There's no need for this game. It didn't bring anything forward. It's not even on par with any other game like it.
Little movies in between, you don't really care about watching them.
There's no characters you get attached to. There's no soul to this game. At least if there was one kernel that you're like, oh, they did this amazing. They nailed this. They did such a good job of it. Maybe it would bring the rest of the game up, but there isn't even that.
Bland, like British food.
Voices in this game are by far the most annoying that I've experienced.
Brothers!
In any game.
Brothers,
They
the
come right into your
checkpoint!
headphone. They're so annoying.
When you're playing by yourself and you have your headset on, the guy's voice comes through the headset and your TV speakers.
The enemy's taking a command post.
I want to know, how does a game like this get so derailed during development? What happened?
And so much hype. The promotion for this is crazy. There's web ads everywhere online.
Makes me sad!
I feel they should have had an opening where you're at full power, running up the walls.
Like in God of War, you have everything, it's amazing, and
Exactly.
then the crowds are taken away from you. It doesn't grab you right at the beginning. You're not like, wow, this is so cool. At the beginning, you're just like, oh.
It doesn't grab you really in the end or in the middle.
This is it.
It's just a mediocre game.
There's way too many weapons. A lot of them are the same.
Yeah, I didn't find difference. Even sound pretty much the same. So there's free play.
Free play, you can just you can play with all the settings and stuff, but there's no cutscenes or anything. The challenges, there's 4 types of different challenges. Be more objective, where you do a series of objectives that are thrown at you.
There's parkour this. You are a lightweight body type and you go through this 3D maze hitting all these checkpoints.
Then there's tower defense, and you're an engineer and you use all your abilities to meet the objectives.
Then there's escort, and that's when you keep the repair robot moving the entire game.
Only thing that's kind of cool in this game, you can do any chapter in the campaign. You don't have to beat unlock.
Yeah, there's
It's
just a
all
list.
available.
You can just hop right in.
Dating Mary Lou Rottencrotch. Everything's there
just
for the
everything.
taking.
It's not
Overall, this game feels cheap. We forgot to mention the worst thing is when you do play online, it's laggy as hell to a point where it's unplayable. Servers are down and they're fixing them, so they will be fixed. But it's duly noted that when we were playing, the servers were not working right.
Yeah, it's really a DLC. Like, get real here. But again, there's nothing really inspiring in this game.
Designing the characters is fun. I don't mind the art design. There was bad screen tearing though during the cutscenes.
So, but why are we still on this?
What's your overall opinion, Jay?
What's your overall score, Jay?
My overall score is a 5. Unfortunately, this game let me down big time. Mike, what do you give this?
There is some fun to be had here, but there's so many other games you can spend your money on, it's just not worth it. Everything's generic and mediocre. I give this game a 5.5. I had a little bit of fun for about a half an hour, but you know, it was a struggle. It jumps, it falls. It jumps, it falls.
I hated this game a lot. There was not a moment in this game that I had a good time. There was not a moment that I was like, wow! I didn't have any of those moments. I want to have at least one of those moments. I never want to see this game again. When I see it in stores, I will give it dirty, dirty looks! I give this game a 4. It was a piece of garbage.
Anybody that's giving this a 7 or an 8, or even an 8.5, if you're watching that, then something is really going on there in that person's head to say this is a good game.
Maybe they're just gamers that they can ignore a lot of issues and still have fun, but we
They
can't.
must.
We're video game snobs, so fix your servers. Fix them.
Maybe they're fixed by now, no?
Fix them more.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, Zero Edge and ANC Games. If you don't know about this store yet, here's a link in the underbar. Go check it out. They're retro. They have tournaments on the weekends, and thank you for all the cool shirts.
Zero Edge.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Zero
Zero
Edge.
Edge.
There'll be a Zero Edge website relaunch coming up very shortly, and it will not get hacked by some German guy.
Yeah, same people who hacked PSN.
You look tan. Ready?
Thank you.
You can't get anywhere because the AI is selfish or something.
Enter intelligence.
Intelligence.
Escort's when you spend 20 bucks to get a room.
Use engineering
There's
skills.
no escort that costs $20.
Yeah, you would know.
I do know. Research.
Similar to Crackdown 2.
It's kind of similar.
Similar to Crackdown 2. Yes, it smells like tuna.
I never had to.